Chapter 22, Safe Food and Drugs, an ongoing regulatory battle source. Introduction to Public Health by Mary-Jane Schneider. Jones and Bartlett Learning Introduction. When we sit down to eat or open a prescription bottle, we rarely think twice about safety. But ensuring our food and drugs are safe has been a long battle, and it's still ongoing. In this chapter, we'll explore how the US regulates food, drugs, and dietary supplements, and the key agencies that make sure what we consume won't harm us. Understanding foodborne illness. Each year, millions of Americans get sick from contaminated food. Common culprits include bacteria like Salmonella found in eggs and poultry and E. coli linked to ground beef and leafy greens. Viruses such as hepatitis A and Norwalk virus from seafood. Parasites like Cyclospora and others in raw fish. Preventing foodborne illness involves every step of the food chain, from farm to fork. But food safety in the US is complicated by a fragmented regulatory system. Who regulates what? The US divides food safety responsibility among many agencies. USDA oversees meat, poultry, and processed eggs. FDA covers everything else from produce to packaged snacks. State and local governments inspect restaurants and stores. The USDA regulates only 20% of the food supply, but has more authority and funding. The FDA, regulating the other 80%, often struggles with enforcement, especially for imported food, which now makes up a large share of seafood, fruits, and vegetables. Making food safer. To reduce outbreaks, safety systems like hazard analysis and critical control points focus on monitoring key steps in production. Other tools include irradiation to kill bacteria, refrigeration to slow bacterial growth, thorough heating to kill pathogens, CDC surveillance systems like FoodNet and PulseNet, which detect outbreaks and trace them back to their source, food additives, pesticides, and organic labels. Additives and contaminants also raise safety concerns. The EPA sets pesticide residue limits. The FDA approves food additives or designates them as GRAS. Hormones are banned in poultry but allowed in dairy cows, though they don't enter milk. Antibiotics in livestock can cause resistant bacteria, a major public health issue. Organic food is regulated by the USDA, with standards first established in 2004 and expanded since. Drug safety and approval. Before drugs hit the market, companies must submit a new drug application and go through 3 trial phases. 1. Small group testing for safety. 2. Larger groups to assess effectiveness. 3. Full-scale controlled trials. Even after approval, the FDA can revoke drugs if post-marketing surveillance shows harm. This happened with drugs like Fen-Phen, Vioxx, and others. Loosely regulated, cosmetics and supplements. Unlike drugs, cosmetics aren't required to undergo safety testing. If they are not tested, labels must include a warning. Dietary supplements are another gray area. The 1994 Dietary Supplement Health and Education Act forbids the FDA from regulating supplements unless they are proven harmful. The result? Products like ephedra remained on the market until they caused deaths. A 2007 law now requires supplement companies to report serious adverse effects. Politics and the FDA. The FDA often walks a tightrope between consumer protection and political pressure. Critics say the agency is either too slow or too cozy with the industries it regulates. To speed things up, drug companies pay review fees, but concerns remain about transparency and post-approval safety. Conclusion: regulating food and drugs is a constant battle against microbes, misinformation, industry pressure, and political interference. The FDA and USDA play critical roles, but oversight gaps still exist, especially with imported goods and supplements. Public health depends on a well-funded, scientifically driven regulatory system, and on citizens who stay informed of what they eat and consume. Call to action. This video is based on Chapter 22 of Introduction to Public Health by Mary-Jane Schneider, 6th edition, Jones and Bartlett Learning. If you found this video helpful, share it and comment. What do you think is the biggest challenge in keeping our food and drug supply safe?